Pizza is one of those few things I can never get tired of, especially when I can make it at home. This basil pizza is in a league of its own. Of course, we're gonna start off by making the dough from scratch. Since that does take the most amount of time, then we're gonna make a jaw-dropping cherry tomato confit, which just sounds amazing. Then we're gonna make a quick and easy basil pesto, the star of the show. After all that, we're gonna assemble it, bake it, slice it up, eat good, call it a day. You ready to get started? The first order of business is going over the two main things you're gonna need to be able to make this at home, which is a pizza peel. This just makes transferring the pizza super easy. We're gonna assemble the pizza on here, and we're gonna place it in the oven, and then when it's time to come out, scoop it, take it out, and you can transfer it to your surface. Make your life so much easier. Then the second thing we're going to need to make our lives a lot easier doing this at home in the oven too is a pizza stone. This just gets really hot so you get that nice crispy bottom when you're baking it. As y'all can see, I already used it, so it got its marks fair share. But you're gonna let this heat up for a long time in the oven, and to be honest, this was fairly inexpensive. I got this, and a pizza cutter all together in one box for $40. I got it at Target. It's Cuisinart, I believe, not sponsored. Maybe one day I like to say that. But these are the things that you're gonna need to be able to make this at home to get good results. If you don't have this stuff, you can use parchment paper. And then if you don't have a pizza stone, you can use like a baking tray, cast iron maybe, I don't know. But if you want the best results, get that stuff. I promise you can use it so many times, and this just stays in my oven. So let's get started with the ingredients. Our pizza dough begins with flour. Obviously, we need to make our dough. Best part, and I'm using double O pizza flour. I'm using King Arthur. This is very cheap at the store, not very cheap, but it's like $6, $7 at the store. Use this to get the best quality pizza dough. If you don't have that, you can use regular flour. Then we're gonna go in there with some warm water. And this dough is a high hydration dough, which means it's gonna be pretty wet. It's not gonna be like super wet where you can't work with it, but it's gonna be wetter than the normal dough. So you just wanna bring this together with a spoon until it forms a very shaggy dough, so everything comes together. And it's very important to know what the steps of the dough look like. So I'll make sure I'm showing you guys that, because I always, when I'm watching like other cooking channels and they're like, oh, you know, let it rest for 10 minutes, but they don't show how long, you know, that looks, because every dough is truly different depending on, you know, where you're at, environment, how old the dough is, or not the dough, but the bread or the flour. Can't speak today. But different things like that. So I'll make sure I'll show those steps so it's very easy for you to reincorporate at home. So once you see all that flour is gone off the bottom of the dough bowl and it's pretty shaggy. So as you can see, it's pretty wet. So that's all good. No worries. Get all that off of the hook. Make sure your hands are clean. And like always, guys, the recipe will be down below. So I got y'all. I'm giving y'all free game. I just asked for y'all to subscribe. You know, let me know if y'all like the show. So as you can see, this is what our dough looks like right now. Still pretty sticky. And then right beside me, I have some yeast blooming right now. So I'll let this rest for 20 minutes. I'm gonna wrap it in plastic wrap, let it rest 20 minutes, and then I'll come back and then we'll do the rest of it. All right, after 20 minutes, show you what the dough looks like. So it's still pretty sticky, as you can see. Still sticky. We're gonna go over the top with the little things. We're gonna go over the top with a little salt, and this is gonna draw all that moisture. So that dough is gonna get a little bit wet again. Then we're gonna go over the top with the yeast mixture. If it isn't bloomed, start that over again. And then we're gonna need to wet our hands just a little bit so we can work with this dough. So wet it very lightly, and then I'm gonna go in there and just knead it. So take the dough pieces and just fold it right over the top of each other. And you're gonna start to see it come together, transform. So just keep on doing that till you get a nice dough. It'll come together. So very work it. I don't know if I mentioned it already. This dough does take, I think it's like 8 hours. So we're gonna do this. We're gonna let it rest for an hour. Then we're gonna come back, knead it again, let it rest 5 to 6 hours. So this is something perfect to do the night before. If you're planning well, you should do it the night before, just so you can take some time off your hand, let it ferment in the refrigerator for a little bit, build even more flavor. And this is like an artisan pizza dough. Artisan? I don't know if I said that right. But so it's gonna be nice, chewy, but it's gonna be perfect, truly. I really am happy with this pizza recipe. I tested it out a few times last weekend. If y'all aren't following me on Instagram, The Ready to Cook, go check in. I made it last weekend and it was very good. My shaping wasn't the best, I'm not gonna lie. So hopefully today, my shaping looks a lot better. So as we can see, the dough is starting to come together. And as I'm pulling it up, I'm not able to pull it up as high as I was when I first started. So that's how I know the gluten is forming when I'm doing this. So it is a nice little process. So take your time, don't rush a step. It is very therapeutic. Usually when I'm cooking, I always have music playing, my old school R&B music, and sheesh, it just feels good. Okay, so let me show you what it's looking like now. It's looking real good, looking different. So as we can see, this is what it's looking like now compared to, it's not as shaggy as it was. It's still sticky as y'all can see, but a nice dough ball has formed. So I'll go ahead and put that right there. Bring back that plastic wrap and we're gonna let this rest for an hour. If I can get the plastic wrap on, this thing never wants to work for me. So okay, good. Got that on. Now I can set this to the side. We're gonna get started on the jaw-dropping cherry tomato confit, which could be a sauce on its own. So we'll scoot this to the side for an hour. We'll knock that out and then we'll see what we got next. Our confit starts with a pot. I just did this to show you how many pots I have. This is like the little, I don't know what those are called, where you open and just smaller and smaller ones keep coming out. So that's how it is with these. I really do be collecting pots. So I have a little one, a medium-sized one, a large one, and then the big boy one. I'm pissed. The day I got it, I chipped it, but this is the big boy. I always love collecting pots like these because you can do so much. It's so versatile, but of course we don't need all of them. So we'll keep the medium-sized one. We'll build that back up. I love Lodge. Not sponsored again. These are all great products that I use so much. Oh, that's heavy. Okay, good. You can scoot that to the side. Now we need the medium-sized one, like I said earlier. Hopefully this is big enough because and now that I'm looking at it, it might not. Okay, let's see. Okay, we're gonna go in there with all our tomatoes. Oh, that's perfect. That is perfect. And then we're gonna go over there with some shallots. I love my shallots. And then we're gonna do some garlic and I forgot I wrapped this up. I peeled these garlic cloves last night and I don't want my fish to smell like garlic, so I like to just wrap it up just to make sure. If you don't have a little baking soda scent things in your fridge, get those. Those really do save me a lot because I am always cooking. I don't know if this is cutting it close. Man, because it's gonna rise up. Okay, well, we'll see. Yellow, right? We're gonna put a bunch of cloves in there. Can never have too much garlic. And this could be a sauce in its own. Like, this is truly perfect. Full transparency, this is gonna be a sandwich recipe at first, but then I figured I wanted pizza. I got that pizza stone, so I was like, I'm just going to turn it to pizza and I won't be disappointed, you know? So then we're gonna go over the top of that with just some oregano. And I'm just eyeballing this because this is gonna turn into a nice, beautiful oil after we're done. So you can strain it, take out all the solids and keep that oil. I just dropped all my thyme on the ground. Y'all peep that? That's tragic. I always have extra time, so that's not gonna kill me. I can get it open. We'll go in there with all those thyme springs. Okay, that's good. Okay, so now we need to fill this up with oil. And I am just using olive oil. This probably won't be enough. I could take the lid off to make my life easier. The lid's not gonna come off, oh well. So squeeze all that into it. And I'm just gonna throw this in the oven for literally an hour. It's just like making garlic confit, but with all the extra herbs and spices. So it's super simple. It's extremely hands-off, but you're gonna produce something very special in the end. So make this, I'm telling you. But again, guys, you don't have to do this. If you don't like this on your pizza, if you haven't tried it, don't say you don't like it, but I promise you guys, it's gonna be so good. I'm really just hoping and praying this doesn't make a mess in the oven, because this is probably not the smartest thing that I'm doing, because this is damn near filled to the brim. Sheesh. Okay, I want to show y'all this. I don't know if y'all can see it. I just wanted to show y'all how good and beautiful that looks. Sheesh. Something amazing is going to happen and transform in an hour, so y'all stay tuned. The last two things we need to add to this, just to make everything a lot better, we'll do a nice pinch of salt. And then we need some pepper. Crank that like the Soldier Boy. Sheesh. Look at that. There's nothing left in here. Goodness gracious. Okay. Crank it, crank it, crank it, crank it, crank it. Okay, that looks good to me. Just to be safe, I'm gonna put this on a baking tray just in case things get too happy in the oven. so we don't make a mess in there. So now I'm just gonna place this in the oven for an hour, hour and 10 minutes till everything is softened. The cherry tomatoes are popping, the garlic is soft, the shallots have softened. Everything is just gonna be magical in an hour. So I'll see y'all then. The next thing we'll do, we'll get started on our pesto. Starting on our basil, we're going to blanch it just so we keep that green color so it doesn't oxidize with herbs. You know that herbs are going to oxidize, turn brown. And from the store, I'm not gonna lie, these aren't really the best quality basil leaves, which I'm kind of upset about because that's why I should have my own farm already, because I wouldn't have to deal with this. I can grow my own basil and not have to worry about this. But we're just gonna blanch this probably 20 seconds, not too long to that, so you can keep that vibrant green color. As you can see, it is getting very green. So just let that sit for a couple seconds. And then, oh, also I always forget to tell y'all what I got next to me. Next to me, I got a bowl of ice. This is so after we're done blanching it, it's gonna be like a quick cook, shock it, we'll take out just like so, and then we'll dump it into the ice. And so this is gonna stop the cooking process so it keeps that green color, and then we're just gonna rinse and repeat with all of our basil. I wonder if basil water is a thing, because this water is looking green. Give it a good dunk. Looking at the timer, 20 seconds, no longer than that. Good. Again, after 20 seconds, take it and dump it into the ice. Shout out Rocky, wanting to get some water right now when I'm recording. And I am really even more upset because I had originally was going to double this recipe because I like having pesto so much, and I was going to keep some for later. Open up the first box, the whole box was oxidized, so that really just threw me off. But cooking is about adjusting, so I gotta adjust and be flexible, I guess. But super quick and easy recipe. And as I'm doing this, I am toasting some pine nuts right next to me, because that's what we're gonna add to the basil. Just add a little bit more flavor. So knock out 2 things at once if you can. If you're not capable of that, then don't do that. Okay, we can turn that off because now we're done with that. Set that to the side. Shock it. Okay, I can move this out the way just so I can show y'all what the basil is looking like. Ooh, that's loud, that's ugly. And then as we can see, our basil, you can't really see with all ice right here, but it's nice, vibrant green. This is gonna go perfect. So we'll get this out the ice, we'll drain and get all the excess water off, because you do not want any excess water in your basil. You want it as pure as possible. Okay, I'm just taking some paper towels right now and placing them down and all that ice, all that basil out the way, drain it. Don't want any ice cubes in there. Because paper towels soak up water. Bounty, if y'all want to sponsor me, please let me know. Get all that basil out. This is cold. I used to hate taking ice baths too as an athlete. Man, that was my worst fear. Sheesh. But, and again, like I was saying earlier, guys, I advise you to make a double recipe because you're gonna love this pesto. It's just so good. So make double, keep it stored in the fridge for a little bit. It can go on so much different things. Sandwiches, pasta, you name it, pizza. I'm telling y'all, I'm putting y'all on game. Okay, do all that. And then right here, as we can see, we have our pine nuts toasting up. I've made this same exact pesto recipe on the channel before, so y'all know how it is. Toasting it up, and as y'all can see, it's starting to get a little bit of color. Again, this color is gonna lead to more flavor when you're making your pesto, so just keep on doing that. Next time I see y'all, I'll bring the food processor out. This will be all dried up and we'll be ready to go. Okay, our pesto, super simple to make. Take all that dried basil you have, said basil. And look how much this is. It is gonna shrink a lot, so I'm gonna have to adjust on the fly. No problem though. Then I'm gonna go over there with our toasted pine nuts. Look how toasted they've gotten. Got some nice curl on it. And that's very hot still. Probably a 4th cup of that. Can't never have too many pine nuts. That's gonna add a real good flavor. And usually I do not like nuts, but when it comes to pesto, I take them. Pause. Dre, you keep saying such stuff, bro. Okay, we're going there with a nice little pinch of salt. I'm almost out of salt too. I need to re-up on everything. And then the last thing, we're going there with some more black pepper. Y'all see I got me another grinder. Don't worry. To make it more of a sauce consistency, we need some oil. Again, I used all my olive oil, so avocado oil will have to do. No biggie, but I would prefer to use olive oil. Okay, that looks good to me. Okay, then we take this, put the lid back on it. Make sure we turn our blue pressure on and pull it. Come on, Ray. There we go. Just like so. Come on. Good, looking good. So again, we gotta scrape this down just so we can get everything well incorporated. And this is how you know what consistency you're at right now. So right now, this isn't spreadable. We need it spreadable on a sauce. So I'm going in there with some more olive oil. As I'm streaming this into it, as it's going, it's gonna come emulsify, become a nice sauce. So put that to the side, put the lid back on, and I'm gonna go low. And I'm just gonna continue to look. Kinda gotta eyeball it, so. It's looking good right there. So again, take the lid off. You just want to keep on playing with, oh yeah, that's gonna be perfect. I like that. Good. Good, and as we can see now, this is gonna be a lot more spreadable. You probably could go a little bit more, but I think that we'll go a little bit more because we still have one more thing to add. So we'll probably add maybe another couple of tablespoons of that into it. That's good. That looks good to me now. So now, oh yeah. Now we got some good sauce. Set this to the side. We'll bring out a container. I need to have my containers right next to me. Scoot that over, don't want that anymore. And then you just take all that pesto. This looks beautiful. Nice vibrant green. And dump it right into there. Get all the bits. Okay. It's looking good, Dre. I'm happy with that. Are you happy with that? I'm very happy with that. Not as much as I wanted, but hey, I gotta make do with what I have. Then, of course, we need to add one more thing, which is just some Parmesan cheese, of course. Probably, we'll do that much. And this is pretty salty, so at this point you would adjust for taste, but before I do that, I'm going to mix and then taste, and then I'll always add after. Oh yeah, that's perfect. Sheesh, D-Ray. You done did it again. Okay, so now, where's my spoons at? Plunge your spoon. Look at that. Beautiful sauce. Nice, quick, easy. Oh, dang, that's good. Needs a little bit of lemon juice. We'll add that. And then next time I see y'all, we'll be starting on the dough. Right after an hour, this is what our dough is looking like. Take all this plastic off of it. Don't need that anymore. So this is what it's looking like. It's looking good. It's still relatively tacky, but completely transformed. We're gonna wet our hands one more time just so we can work with it. Make our life a little bit easier. We're gonna do one last final knead and we're gonna stretch and fold. So lift the dough up and just turn it to the center. I want y'all to really pay attention to how far I'm stretching it right now, because as you keep on doing this, it'll tighten up. It'll be a little harder to do that. So as you can see, get a pretty good stretch and just turn it to the center. Push it down, stretch and fold as y'all can see. And that is just gluten forming. So I can't pull it as high. It's getting tighter. So just keep on doing that. Do that probably about 4 or 5 times. Shouldn't take too long to work it out until you get a nice tight ball. You want to feel that tension because that is very key to forming that gluten. And then as you keep going and your hands start to dry out, again, just come back in there with a little bit of water on your hands and you go back and keep on doing it. As y'all can see, it's very hard for me to lift it up and stretch it out and fold it on top of each other. So that's how I know the gluten is forming. And then right beside me, I have a bowl that I have greased. We're gonna place it in there and we're gonna let it rise for the last little bit of time. But just continue forming that gluten. And there's a pizza spot down here in Phoenix from Netflix. I think it's like Pizzeria Blanco, something like that. I've been trying to get reservations to that place since I moved here and I cannot. So if anybody knows how to get restaurants or reservations at a place like that, please let me know, because I want to go there and try it. See what they talking about. Okay, so I think that is pretty good as far as the gluten is forming. So good. Okay, so this is the bowl it's going into for its last rise. We'll spray that down pretty well. Take that dough. And as you can see, it's still sticky. So don't think it's not gonna be sticky, but we have a nice tight ball. We'll go in there and we'll place it down. And then at this point, you want to cover it with plastic wrap, which let me wash my hands and then I'll do it. If you're not washing your hands in the kitchen every time you touch something, go on to the next step, what are you doing? I feel like I wash my hands so much. I go through dish soap like crazy. Not dish soap, but hand soap like crazy. And dish soap too. Like crazy. Just so my hands are always clean. I've been trying to find a lotion too after I finish washing my hands to moisturize them because my hands low-key be dried out. And then it's tough because I always go to the gym as well too. So my hands are low-key beat up. Okay, good. Got that knocked out. And then you just want to cover this with plastic wrap and let it rest 5 to 6 hours at room temperature. It's gonna double in size. And then the next step will be done. I've already did that the night before, so y'all will know what that looked like. But after this, the party's really down here. You just wait 5 to 6 hours, go take care of business, and you'll be good. Y'all know I like making y'all's life a lot easier in the kitchen. I hope to give y'all information, courage, the confidence to tackle some of the same projects that I'm tackling. Hopefully y'all feel inspired to test yourself in the kitchen each and every week. You never know how good you are till you test yourself. Try a recipe, mess up a recipe, try it again, so on and so forth. But for example, I wanted to talk to y'all about the process. This pizza dough took 8 hours. That's an all-day recipe. So it's very important for you to plan your day around what you're making in the kitchen so everything runs smoothly. It comes out perfect in the end, because I would hate to get to the end and it messed up because I didn't take my time earlier in the day. So I kind of like to just like do it like a mental cook in my head, go through all the steps, mentally look at it, picture it, how I'm doing it, each and every step. So I don't have to worry about that the next day. And then as y'all can see, not as y'all can see, but I'll probably insert the clip. I did the dough the night before, so we can pick up right when it's time to assemble the dough, just because I didn't want to be waiting all day to make some pizza. It's currently 9:25 in the morning, so I'll be done 11 o'clock. No problem, quick and easy day. The cherry tomato confit just came out. I'll insert a clip of how that looks. It's looking beautiful. And then honestly, while my oven is preheating, I'm gonna go ahead and knock out some dishes, but that's why I love cooking on YouTube, because for y'all, it's real quick, but for me, it takes a little bit. So I'll knock out the dishes. Next time I see y'all, we'll be assembling the pizza and everything will be going good. So this is the cherry tomato confit, looking good, looking beautiful. I'm gonna strain this out, keep this oil because the oil is super flavorful, and they have all the smushed, or not smushed, but softened garlic, tomatoes. This is gonna be a great topping to add to the rest of this pizza. So now that that's done, we'll get going. After 5 to 6 hours, this is what the dough looks like. It's doubled in size, got a lot of volume. It's still very airy, still sticky to the touch, but we're gonna portion this out. So what I'm going to do, of course, we're going to measure this out. You know me, I like my pieces as even as possible. So to do that, I'm gonna put a little flour down right on that. Flour my hands. Get all that dough. Just kind of fold it right on top of each other. Bring the outside to the center to get a nice little dough ball. Take it, and I'm going to measure it out now and see what it comes out to. 870 divided by 2, what's that? 435 pieces. Almost really quick math. So that's okay. Take a little flour on your surface. And you don't have to be this antelope. Of course you can just eyeball it, but I don't want to eyeball it, so we're gonna cut it in half. That's that. Still need a little bit of that. Okay, not that much. Perfecto, perfecto. Okay, once you got it all measured out, now, again, I'm gonna flour my surface just a little bit more. Throw it down, you can take the edges and just fold them right on top of each other. Just like so, bring them all together. You have a nice seam, and then you wanna create the tension in the wall. So I like to just pinch the bottom and then take it and drag it. Turn it and drag it. Take it, pick it up, and drag it. You see how my thumbs are keeping constant with the surface, and drag it. Turn it and drag it. Turn it and drag it. This is going to create a very nice top ball. So gluten forms, it's easy to roll out tomorrow, just like so. And as you can see, you have a very nice tight pizza dough ball. And we place that in a bowl right here. So grab a little bit of cooking spray. Spread down. Take that dough ball, just place it right in there. Set it to the side, put it back to the other one. And we'll go just a little bit of flour left on the surface. Take it, bring all the outside to the center. I don't know if you can call this the edges, but bring it all to the center. Form a nice little clump. Take it, flip it over. Now to create that tension, pinkies down and drag the dough towards you. Turn it 90 degrees, drag it towards you. Turn 90 degrees, pinkies down on the surface, drag it towards you. Turn it, drag it towards you. So you get a nice top ball again. Just keep on turning it, just like so. And as you can see, we have a nice top ball. Again, spread our surface down. Put this right in there. Cover this with plastic wrap, and then I will see y'all in the morning. All right, after 5 to 6 hours, let's begin to build our pizza. This is what our dough looks like. It's pretty firm, but just because it's gonna be a lot easier to work with, it's not nearly as sticky. So we can set that to the side. We don't need that just yet. We're gonna get ready to assemble our pizza build. This is the most crucial part in the assembly, in my opinion, just because this is the method of transportation. You wanna liberally flour this with cornmeal. I said flour, put cornmeal down, just because it's gonna make everything a lot easier when it's come to like sliding the pizza on. And I promise you, if you don't do this, it's gonna be a hard time to do that. And as we're doing this, go ahead and turn your oil, or not your oil, I don't know why I keep saying oil, but oven to broil, and just let it broil while we're assembling the pizza dough. No ball spots, I'm making ball spots doing that. Okay, good. So this is going to be put to the side, that's good. Just so that is easy to form. You can scoot that to the side and make sure your counter is clean before obviously rolling this dough out. We can move that over here. Okay, next, we can take a little bit of flour, put it down on our surface, just to help with any sticking that may occur, but it shouldn't. Then you take your pizza dough, and we'll just place that right down, and then you just wanna spread it out. Keep on spreading. I don't know the proper technique for this. I always see on TikTok, they're gonna go like that, turn it, and spread it. Turn it, and spread it. Make sure it's not sticking, so just get up, move it around. Don't be afraid to get your hands dirty. Make sure they're clean. What's the best topping for pizza? Usually, I'm not even gonna lie, I'm a barbecue pizza guy. I love barbecue pizza. I had it my first time in college, and boy, oh boy, it was so good. And I'll always, if I have the choice of making a pizza, it's going to be barbecue. But pesto probably is my second favorite. I love pesto, so. What do y'all think about pineapples on pizza? I've never had that before. I don't know if I will ever have that too, honestly, just because I don't know. I know I said earlier, don't knock something till you try, but to me, that just doesn't, that's something that just doesn't belong on pizza. But y'all let me know in the comments what's y'all's favorite topping for the pizza. So just continue to spread that out. This is so therapeutic, working with the dough. And I want a 1-inch lip, or for the crust, so you just continue to form that. It's gonna be kind of rustic, so if you're looking for a perfect circle, then that's not what we get here today. Sadly, I wish I could, but. So just play with it. Keep on working it. I was watching TV too yesterday. I watched a lot of TV. I forgot what game was on, but I was watching it and they had a commercial for like diapers and about a little black kid wet in the bed, which was kind of crazy to me because the kid in the commercial, wet the bed and then went to the dad and the dad gave him a hug. But I'm like, what black people doing that? I know every time I peed in the bed, I was scared to tell my parents. Man, maybe because I peed in the bed a lot, but I never experienced that. I was like, no, not again, DeRay. You can't keep doing this. Stop drinking water before you go to bed. But everything I tried never worked, of course. So we'll keep on moving that around. I'm trying to go for a perfect one, but I'm being very, very anal. Flour more on my hands just so it doesn't stick. Keep on working it. Where's y'all's favorite place to get pizza from? If I'm not making pizza myself, I love Domino's. I think Domino's is the greatest pizza. I like Pizza Hut too, but I don't think there's any Pizza Huts out here in Arizona. At least I haven't seen one. Okay.
That's looking good. Stretch it out a little bit more just to get a wider pizza dough. This is so tough. I'm telling y'all, I'm trying to get the perfect one, get it wide enough. Okay, that's looking good to me. Okay, so now you just take that pizza dough, pick it up, and you just want to place that right on top. I don't know if y'all can see that, but move it over, get it adjusted. And my pill isn't that big, so unfortunately I can't have a super big pizza, but that's all good. Okay, that's looking good. I'm gonna do one more indentation around the crust just so we're good. Have a nice rise in the oven. And again, make sure that oven is on the broil setting while you're sizzling this, just so it gets nice and hot. It's gonna be around 600 degrees. Okay, good. And then I was gonna do a shake test just to make sure it's not going anywhere. And I'll lift the side up, just throw some more underneath it, and just continue to shape it. I need my R&B music on right now. When I have my R&B music playing, I'm in the zone. I create my best masterpieces. Okay, good. That's looking good. Now we'll go over the top with our pesto. We'll go dollop. I like my pizza saucy too. The more sauce, the better. So we'll go a couple dollops. You don't want to make it too heavy too, because it's going to be very hard to get off the pizza pill. I learned that lesson last week when I was making my barbecue pizza. I loaded that thing up, and when I say I could not get off the pizza pill to save my life, that was so hard. So, but I want to have enough just so pesto in every bite. I worked hard to make this. I went through trials and tribulations. Okay, just keep on doing that. I'm gonna go silence for a little bit so I can just work. And then on top of our pesto, we'll go in with some Parmesan. Get a good layer of that going all the way around. This is gonna be a beautiful pizza. I'm already happy with this. I can tell this is gonna look good. Okay, that looks good. We'll do some more when we get off of it, when it comes out the oven. Then we'll go over the top of that with some mozzarella cheese. Mozzarella. I wish I could be Italian. I could make some crazy pizza. And this would be perfect if I had a pizza oven. Oh my goodness. Oh man, one day guys, one day. Okay, that's looking good. Oh yeah, I'm happy with that. Okay, then for a little tang, we're gonna go in the top with just a little bit of goat cheese. It's gonna add a nice little bite. I wanna say bite, but I don't know. If you've had goat cheese, you know what I mean. This is gonna be real good. So we'll go like that. Don't wanna overdo it with the goat cheese because it's kind of strong, low key. And again, you can use whatever cheeses you like, guys. So I know I'm doing it this way, but be creative, tap into your bag. And then the last thing is our cherry tomato confit. Look at this, just beautiful. Come on, good. I've been snacking and eating this already. So you just take it and now you just add it to all the places. You just get to be creative now. Move it around. Got a little bit over there. And it's important. Do a shake test. Make sure it's gonna come off. It's shaking, so we're good. Look at that. Y'all come take a look at that. Doesn't that look good? It's bad lighting right here. But sheesh. Nice, easy Basil Pesto pizza. I'm happy with that. Okay, now we're gonna place it in the oven. So let me get y'all set up so y'all can see it. As soon as we open this, it's time to get to work. So you take your pizza and you just wanna just work it, wiggle it off, bang. Okay, cool. Nice and easy. And there's a baking sheet underneath it so it can catch any debris that may have fallen. So now you just wanna let that go for 5 minutes. Okay, and then we're gonna spend the last 2 minutes on broil. So this is where you wanna keep an eye on it. This is where that pizza crust is gonna get a lot more color. So keep an eye on it so nothing burns. I don't know if y'all can really tell and seeing that inside of it, but watch it. Keep a close eye on it, don't go anywhere. You know, with broil, as soon as you take a look a different direction, it's gone, it's burnt. So I always stay right here just to make sure my knees are tweaking. I'm old. Keep on watching it. Am I the only person that watches the food? I always watch my food. If it's in the microwave, the oven, I'm gonna sit right here and just to watch it. Ooh, my knees is popping. We got about 30 seconds left. Doom, 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 doom. Okay, good. I'm happy with that. So now, get it, and you carefully slide your pizza underneath it. Pick it up. Oh my gosh. Look at that. I don't know if y'all can really see that. An amazing pizza. Sheesh. That's looking so good. All right, now that it's out the oven, we're gonna take a little bit of garlic butter and we're just gonna paint the crust. You gotta do this. Add some more flavor to it. Get a nice shine to the crust. You got some good color that I'm extremely happy with. The shaping has came out a lot better. Compared to my last ones, I might put it up on the screen just to show y'all the difference. But it's looking a lot better than the previous one. Goodness gracious. Okay, add a little bit more cheese to it. And bang, right there, we have our Basil Pesto pizza. Looking good, amazing, beautiful. I gotta get y'all some better shots. Amazing right here, just beautiful. I'm happy with that, good color, a lot better shape than the previous one. I can say that I'm content with this pizza. Okay, I've taken enough pictures now so we can slice into this and see how we're gonna do it. Should go that way. Oh well. Okay, nice crispy crust. Oh, good. Let's go straight across. Cutting pizzas are, I need the big little tool that they use. Okay, then we'll go half that one. This is 8 pieces. Oh my goodness. And then we'll go one more. Almost made a mess. Come on, Dre, split through that one. There we go. Bang, 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 bang. And now we have, let's get a better piece. And now we have a beautiful pizza. Crust on that, the crumb looking beautiful. It don't get no better than this. I always say that, it really don't. Come eat good with Dre, I promise you. Okay. That, I'm telling y'all, this is perfect in every sense. Just, that is a perfect slice of pizza. Goodness gracious. All right, enough looking at it, enough listening to me talk. Let's scoot y'all back and take a bite. I done did it again. What more do y'all wanna see? The versatility is unreal. You name it, I can do it. Let's take this bite. Oh my goodness, nice, soft, crispy. Oh my goodness. I maybe probably went a little too OD on the cornmeal underneath, but it was easy to come off. Cheers to y'all, eat great food, hit the gym after this. My mouth is watering. Goodness gracious, cheers. Oh my. I'm gonna finish this before I come back and talk to y'all. Taking that magnificent bite brought me back to like 1st to 2nd grade when we had pizza parties. And of course my class never got pizza parties, but all my other friends did. And I would always flirt with the girls so they could save me a slice of pizza. And that bite, that feeling I got when I had that pizza, this is exactly how I feel. This is amazing. I really don't like saying the word perfect when it comes to food because you can always make things better. But that is perfect. So good, so quick, so easy. It's not quick, but it's easy to make and it's so flavorful, worth it. The dough is amazing. The pesto is amazing. The cherry tomato confit is amazing. You can use that in so many different applications. Look, I got another container on it and I have been snacking on this just as I'm waiting for the pizza to get ready. Like, this is so good in so many ways. Like always, guys, I appreciate all the love and support. The channel is growing day by day. We're getting better video by video. The channel's on the road to greatness. We're gonna do it. But if you like the video, if you like the recipe, if it looked good, if I entertained you, whatever the case may be, hit that like button, comment down below what I could do next, what I could do different. Y'all know the whole deal. Hit that subscribe button. Most importantly, it means everything to me. And again, I cannot thank y'all enough. Come back next week. I got another killer. I'm gonna eat this pizza. Peace.